Good evening, everyone. How are you today? So today we would have our question and answer session, and then we'll go through yesterday's reading for breakout session. So we'll have a question and answer session tonight, and then we go through yesterday's reading. Yesterday we have 3 passages. We're able to go through 2 passages. So we have 1 more to go. But before then, let's take some question and answer. Let's review what you have done in the academy. So if you have questions, please ask. What lesson are you on the academy? What challenges are you going through? Yesterday, I think I asked about 2 people to go through the lessons again, and that when we meet today, we'll talk about their challenges. I can only remember 1 person's name, but she's not here yet. So for those of us that are here, what challenges are we facing? Or is there any lesson we have gone through that isn't clear? How are you able to use what you have learned when conversing with people in real life? So let's talk about that. Please raise your hand if you'd like to converse with me. If you'd like to converse with me, please raise your hand. Let's talk about that before we take the last reading. Anyone? Ngozi, what lesson are you? Please unmute yourself. What lesson are you on the e-learning platform? Because I know that some of us don't go through the e-learning platform. We only wait for the Zoom session. That's not good enough. The e-learning platform is where you would really learn, where the Zoom session is for us to practice together and see how far we have gone. So no one should leave one for the other. Okay, how about coffee? Abigail, please unmute yourself. What lesson, how many lessons have we successfully gone through on the platform? Do you have any question about any of them?
Okay, no, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, how many lessons have you been able to go through?
3.
3, okay, that's good. And I hope you're able to put what you've learned into use when you are in conversation with others.
Yes, I'm actually want to go back to the consonants because I need to detect the sound more.
That's important. So I'm glad that you're committed to it, and don't just learn, like I said, use it in communicating with others. Okay, that's good, Abigail. Who again? Janet. Janet, please unmute yourself. What lesson are you on the e-learning platform?
Good evening, ma'am.
Please take the greeting again. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, that's better. Evening. It's important to take the greeting correctly. Okay, ma'am. So what lesson are you?
Lesson 10.
Okay. So do you think anything is changing about how you speak?
Yes, actually, I've been practicing on it. And yesterday's reading, I did it. And the little that difficult I found is how to follow the reading. I think I have to practice on it. I have breaking on it. So I'm still continuing reading it.
Okay. That's good, but it's not just about reading, it's also about speaking. Like while you're speaking, I noticed 3 word pronunciations. Can't remember the third one now. Okay, yesterday.
Okay.
These 3 words, you said I follow, it follow.
Okay. It's follow.
Okay, not okay. Okay.
Okay.
Follow.
Thank you, ma'am.
I followed.
I follow.
Excuse me. That's it. Then we have actually. We have talked about words ending in AL or ALL. The letter A is silent. The sound of the letter A should not be heard. So it's not actually, it's actually. The A sound is not heard, actually. And it's yesterday. 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 So as much as you're in lesson 10, I believe you should speak better than this. So I think you should not just focus on reading, also focus on speaking. And most importantly, focus on the sounds that makes up the words.
Okay.
Because when you know the sounds that makes up the word, when you can pronounce it correctly, that is when we can hear it in your speech. And the first step is usually the sounds. And note the word is okay. Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay. The rhythm you use is important. Okay is different from okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Please mute yourself, ma'am. You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, ma'am. Mrs. Kindness, good evening. You can unmute yourself.
Good evening, ma'am.
So we're going through question and answer. So what lesson are you on the e-learning platform?
Lesson 15.
15. Wow, so we've gone far. It's obvious in how you speak. So do you have any challenges about it on any of the lessons? How are you finding it easy to use the knowledge when communicating with others?
Yes, I appreciate every knowledge I've been getting from the e-learning platform. I appreciate it very well. But my challenge is sharing the knowledge with others. That is, trying to communicate with others. I find it difficult to interact with others.
Okay, what do you mean you find it difficult to interact? Is it that you find it difficult to use the correct pronunciation when talking to them, or naturally you just find it difficult to interact with others?
Yes, naturally, because I tried using the words correctly.
Okay, so it's because you're trying to use the words correctly, that's why you're finding it difficult. Is that why? Hello, ma'am. Mrs. Kindness, you're muted. Please unmute yourself. I want to get your question very well. Are you finding it difficult to interact with them because
Yes.
you're trying to speak right?
Yes.
Or whether you speak right or not, you're always finding it difficult to interact?
No, why trying to speak right?
Okay, I get it now. So, is it that it slows you down? Or is it that you just feel like people will laugh at you?
No. It slows my speaking, and sometimes I feel like, can I do it right? Am I getting it right? Yeah.
Okay, I get the challenge now. Okay, so your fear is to do it right.
Yes.
Okay, one of the things you can do to help make sure you're doing it right is to keep practicing. Aside from learning on the learning platform, because of course you cannot learn all the words in the academy. So if there are some words that maybe you just had a conversation with someone and there's a particular word you want to say, you're not sure if you were going to say it right, or you're not sure if you even said it right, you could quickly go back to the dictionary to confirm its pronunciation. So imagine you can learn one extra word from your conversations. You know, each person has a set of words that they use almost every day. So imagine that I apologize. So each person has a set of vocabulary or a set of words that you use every day. So what I would recommend you do is those words, try to find out how they are being pronounced, maybe by asking in the academy or by consulting the dictionary. That's number one. Number two is the more you do it, the better you become. So do not wait to go outside before you speak right. So aside from the academy where we come together to speak, if you have neighbors, you would feel more free. Feel freer with your neighbors than other people. If you have colleagues, children, start to practice with them. Do not wait until you get to the public or you're talking to someone you do not know. Thirdly is, not everyone knows whether you're doing it rightly or wrong. So the more you try to do it, the better it becomes for you. So the better it becomes, the more correct you get. So what I mean is, don't be discouraged by whether you're doing it rightly or wrongly, but instead make efforts to do it rightly. So how to make efforts to do it rightly is by learning. So if I just had a conversation with someone and there's one word there that I feel I didn't pronounce well, after that conversation, I can quickly go back to the dictionary so that the next time I want to use that word, I have it accurate, I have it correct. So imagine I can do that every day. Then it means that I'm moving towards perfection. And that's why you should not wait until you get out there. It could be when you're reading something on social media, when you're conversing with people, when you're on the phone call. Those little conversations we have as well, they count. So I think that would help you to be able to interact better with others. Then the fact that you slow down is normal at the beginning for you to speak slower. When you're just learning diction, it is normal for you to speak slower. So don't let that discourage you as well. Then I want you to know these words while you were speaking. Appreciate. I appreciate. Appreciate. I appreciate. Then the next word, others. My mouth is opened a bit. It's not orders. Orders is spelled O-R-D-E-R-S. So these two words are not pronounced the same way. This one is others. It has TH, your tongue should be outside. This one is order. All orders. Others. Then we have communicate. Not communicate, communicate. Communicate. And then interact, not interact. Interact. Yes, I find it difficult to interact with others when communicating in public. I appreciate the lessons on the e-learning platform.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I appreciate your feedback and I hope you would go through the tips I give to get better results. Okay, who again? Jacob, good evening. Please unmute yourself, Jacob. Let me know where you stopped on the e-learning platform. Jacob, good evening. Please unmute yourself.
Good evening,
Jacob.
Ma.
Yes,
Good
sir.
evening.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you, Ma.
Yes, sir.
I'm a busy these days, so I think I stopped at lesson 20.
Okay, lesson 20. You've gone
Yes.
really far.
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
know when you started anyway, but you've gone really far. And I expected you to sound better. For example, you didn't pay attention to your TH sounds.
I'm okay, Ma.
Like when you
Thank
said, I've been busy these days. The TH sound is a powerful sound that would help you. You have a cute voice for a man. So I think pay more attention to your sound would help you sound better.
Thank you, Ma.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Okay. Gina, good evening. Please unmute. Gina, good evening. Please unmute.
Good evening, ma.
Yes, ma'am. So where are you on the e-learning platform?
Ma, I'm 10. I tried to access 11 and 12. I don't know what happened.
Okay, what did this say? What was the
It's
feedback
taking
you
me
got?
to,
It took you to where?
it's just taking me to 13 instead of 11 and 12, ma.
To 13. 13.
13, yes, ma.
Is there anyone experiencing that? Because the e-learning platform is working well. I wonder why you're experiencing that. I wonder why you're experiencing that. Is there any other person experiencing that? You're trying to take lesson 12, but it takes you to 13. Is there anyone experiencing that? What I would recommend is you can use, change the browser you're using. Let's see what happens. Change the
Okay, ma.
browser you're using. Let's see what happens. Somebody says same
Okay,
challenge.
ma.
And I used to forget diction until after I finished talking, I will remember. You need to find something that would help you remember. Mary, you need to find something that would help you remember. That is something you have to do by yourself. That comes about intentionality. You need to be intentional about it. Maybe you have to put stickers around your house to always remind you. Or maybe you have to tell people around you to remind you. Just do something to help you remember. Would you have replied you in the chat? Yesterday you said nobody is telling you the procedure to get the certificate. And I replied, I said the first step is to send your project. Have you sent your project? Send your project to my DM. I replied that in the chat, in the support group yesterday when you left that complaint after yesterday's live session. You need to send your project first. Until you send your project, that's when you get the certificate. Okay, I would like to go back to the lessons again. Yes, feel free to go through the lessons again, ma'am. All you need is your login password. Ma'am, is this today's live class? Yes, Tessie. Okay, no other question. So while Gina was speaking, I noticed a few words. The first is the word ma. According to the dictionary, ma is used to address your mother. When you're talking to your mother, you use ma. In fact, the dictionary says it's a special word for mother. So if you're talking to another woman that is not your mother, use words like madam or madam or ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay, madam. But when you use the word ma alone, it means you're referring to that person as your mother. So please let's take note of that. Okay. Lovely Gold, good evening. Please unmute. How far have you gone on the e-learning platform? Lovely Gold, please unmute. Good evening.
Hello, good evening. I'm
Yes,
doing
ma'am.
very well.
It feels good to know.
Yes, I'm doing very well, and the lessons are going well. I think I'm on lesson 8. I don't really want to rush my studies, so I'm taking it gradually. So I'm on
Okay.
lesson 8. Yes,
Okay.
please. So that is why I'm so far.
I love that you're not rushing. I see some people submit 3-4 assignments on a daily basis. And funnily, when you listen, you realize that they are not progressing. There's a reason why the academy is 6 weeks, so that you can go gradually, like she said. I love that you're taking it gradually. Do not rush. It's important. And as you go by your pace, your comfortable pace, it's also important that you practice. And then I love your voice. So take note of the word gradually. It has letter A. Remember words that end with ALL. The letter A should be silent. Say it gradually. Gradually, not gradual. Gradually. Okay, madam, you said you have sent your project. Please send it to my direct message, not to the group. Send it to the number that ends with 37. Please send your project to the number that ends with 37. Okay. I am still very poor in my diction and it's worrisome. Why do you think you're poor? Are you learning? If you're learning, are you practicing? Those are the two things you need to do. If you're committed to those two, I guarantee you results. But you have to be true to yourself. What do you think you're doing wrongly, madam? Madam, you can unmute yourself. What do you think is making your diction to remain poor? What lesson are you on the e-learning platform? Let's start with that
Good
first.
evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
I've been trying my best, and you always make I think each time I try to practice, you still make corrections. Though I'm getting it I'm getting it very slowly, but I think I should do better before now. Though I'm not having enough time because of my work schedule. I love practicing it every time, but time is not on my side due to my work schedule at my workplace. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. I'm glad that you're not shy to talk about this. So first, I would say that improving your communication skill is a journey. It takes time. So number one, you have to be patient. I love that you said that you are getting better, but it seems low to you. You feel you can do better. Of course, we all know our capacity, but sometimes we might not be able to do so much due to different reasons. So first, I need you to be patient with yourself. It doesn't mean that you should be lazy, right? What I just mean is do not push yourself too hard because it's a journey. I've been doing this for 6-7 years. I started learning on all everything 7 years. So it's not like something I also got up to start to do overnight. It takes time. That's number one. Number two, considering work. Now, work is also a place where you can practice. When we say practice, right? Practice is not just about coming to the academy, doing voice note, submitting tasks, or we correcting each other like we do on the live session. Practice is, according to the dictionary, practice is what you do consistently. So practice shouldn't be something that is limited to 5 minutes every day or twice a week or when you have the time. It is something that should happen every time you speak English, considering that you're trying to practice in English. So take, for example, tonight, let's assume that all you learned tonight is these two words. The first word pronunciation is work. And why is it pronounced like that? It's pronounced like that because of the rule. You realize that when I teach word pronunciations, I give you hints. I give you things that help you to be able to at least be able to identify that sound when you see it in another word. For example, talk about the word gradually. We have talked several times about words ending with A-L-L-Y. But then for you to be able to use this correctly in words, you have to be conscious so that when you're speaking in your head, you're watching out for the spelling. Does it have A-L-L-Y? Oh, it has it. So I shouldn't say Ali again. Rather, I should say early, gradually, early, gradually. Same with the word work, for example. It is because of the R here that the vowel here makes a longer sound. So because I have learned now that anytime I have letter R after a vowel, the vowel would likely make a longer sound. So anytime I'm speaking or reading, whether at work or in church or anywhere, I want to consciously watch out for such words. So can you see the same sound in work is what I had in work? But if I was careless while speaking, I will forget and just say walk or word, even though I had learned the same sound in work. Pronunciation is just like, should I say, it's like a seamstress. You spent maybe 3 years with your boss, taught you how to make basic dresses, wrappers, and all. When you leave your boss's side, let's assume some people that learned how to make dresses in 2000, 2005. At that time, there was no corset. Now everybody's putting on corset, corset, corset. So does it mean that you'd have to go back to your boss to learn how to make such dresses again? No. But the idea you had from different ways of cutting materials, fabric, would help you know how to do a corset. Same with pronunciation, because my boss didn't teach me how to make a corset, but the ideas I've already gathered from her or from him would guide me to be able to at least put something together. And if I then need help, I can easily go through maybe a YouTube video or just ask one or two seamstress around on how to do that. Let me charge, please. Same with pronunciation. We cannot possibly learn all the words, but there are hints that would help you. Charge it low. There are hints that would help you or guide you when pronouncing other words. So such of them is when you have words with A-L-L-Y. Another is when there is TH in the word. Another is when there is letter R after a vowel. And this word has 4 pronunciation. So you can say schedule. You can say schedule. Schedule, because of my work schedule. But like I said, work is a great place to practice as well, because most times at work, we speak English. So while you're speaking to your colleagues, your customers, your clients, your superiors, you want to consciously put into use some of these words that you have learned. You don't have to necessarily use all the words and the sentences correctly on your first day. But today, if I'm able to use 2 words correctly in my sentence, tomorrow I'm able to use 3 words correctly. Before you know it, in another 5-10 days, I keep improving that way. So I really do understand your concern, ma'am. But what I'm saying is, first, it's a journey. It's not something that happens overnight. So do not be discouraged. Keep learning and keep practicing, even at work. And most importantly, use these hints to your advantage. So you want to stay conscious. So when you stay conscious, you can easily figure out those words. Even if you're not correct most times, you're not correct always, most times the hint will help you. Okay, Lovely says, can you please highlight on the project we are to submit again? The project question is in the assignment group. It is for those who have completed the lessons on the e-learning platform. I'll send the project question again in case you missed it. But please, if you have not completed the lessons on the e-learning platform, or if you do not feel confident to leave the e-learning platform or leave the academy, please don't go through the project yet. Okay. Any other questions? Sorry, ma'am, this has not been attended to since I dropped it. Please, coach, help me with the correct pronunciation of the following word. Horizon. Let me spell it out for others to see. We have horizon, not horizon. And then we have canvas, canvas. The word canvas. Okay, canvas is different from canvas. Please, let's confirm together so I do not misinform you. I know there is one without S, there's another with S. I don't know if it's the same word or different. So let's consult the dictionary together. How to pronounce the word canvas. C-A-N-V-A-S, Oxford Dictionary. So the first is horizon, not horizon. Horizon. But let's see how this one is pronounced. It's loading. Okay, the S should be heard. Canvas. 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 Okay. Any other question? Let's go through our reading, the last part of yesterday's reading. Let me see if there's any other question so that we can go through that and we can go for breakout room. I am still, okay, I already attended to that. Ma'am, please pronounce the word virtue and virtually. Virtue and virtually. Yes, correct. So it says how I am practicing my own is through mini vlog voiceover. Yes, that is beautiful. I love that. I've always loved vlogs, but I don't know. I think I'm lazy about them. Yes, please continue. That's a great way to practice. Yes, vlog is a great way to practice. Just make sure that you also consciously check your words. Be sure you're pronouncing them correctly. Please, how do I know how to pronounce these words? How to know how? You can know how by consulting the dictionary. I have showed us how to use the dictionary several times. We did that earlier when I checked the word Canva. Just go on Google and type in the word you want to find, and then you put the name of a dictionary. So it takes you to the site of that dictionary. Here is it again. So when you see that word, you need to then decode the sound of the words. So this is the transcription. K, y, o, r, e, o, s, t, e. So that's why it is important for you to learn the sounds in English. These are sounds, vowel sounds and consonant sounds. Thank you very much. Vowel sounds and consonant sounds. You must be able to identify them. So the word is rightly pronounced curiosity. Curiosity. It has two stress. We have the secondary stress here and the primary stress here. The primary stress is the syllable you should stress more. It should be said loudest, longest, and clearest. While the one with secondary stress, you just say loud, long, and clear. Curiosity. That is the right pronunciation. Now, if you're still learning, let's assume you haven't started learning the sound on the e-learning platform. Another thing you can do is to listen to the voicing here. The voicing would also guide you. Okay, I hope I have answered that question. Any more question? Please help me pronounce this word. Authorities. Authorities. Check. Claw. Flow. Authorities. It has the H. Check. Flow. Flow. Okay, I think that's the last question. Okay, so let's take the last reading and then we go for breakout room. So yesterday, this was the last reading we took, and I thought we should just go over these words that people murdered yesterday. The first is Muslims. I told you it has two pronunciations. You can use the A sound or the O sound. You can say the S sounds like a Z, Muslims, or Muslims. And then we also have the word narrative. Narrative. You're stressing the narrative. Appreciate. Universal. So look at the word universal, the word historical. They all have A-L at the end. That hint again, the A should not be heard. So it's not universal. Then we have resonate. The S also sounds like a Z, resonate. We also have resilience. I think these were the words people struggled with yesterday. So please say after me. Muslims. Historical. Narrative. Appreciate. Universal. Resonate. Resilience. So let's go to today's reading. The final part of the passage we read yesterday. Please take screenshots of this as we'll need it for our breakout room. So it says, let us take a moment to pronounce these words clearly and thoughtfully, whether they hold specific religious meaning for us or not represent, or represent broader human qualities. Sacrifice, reflection, understanding, peace. As we articulate these sounds, let us also cultivate a spirit of respect and empathy for the diverse beliefs. It's not diverse beliefs that enrich our Nigerian society. Nigerian, may this time foster greater harmony and unity amongst us all. So I'll take it slowly. Let us take a moment. The letter E here makes the short sound. Moment, to pronounce these words clearly and thoughtfully. Whether, TH, your tongue should be outside, whether they hold specific religious meaning. For us, linking R, 4 ends with letter R start with a vowel. So you link both for us. Or represent, not represent. Represent, just stressing the second syllable. Or represent broader human qualities. Let us take a moment to pronounce these words clearly and thoughtfully. I hope you're paying attention because we're going for breakout session once I'm done. So I want to be sure you get the reading. Let us take a moment to pronounce these words clearly, clearly, and thoughtfully, TH. Whether they hold specific religious meaning for us or represent broader human qualities. Sacrifice, reflection, understanding, peace. As we articulate these sounds, articulate, not articulate, let us also cultivate a spirit of respect, and empathy, not empath, empathy for the diverse beliefs that enrich our Nigerian society. May this time foster greater harmony and unity amongst us all. If you have questions about this reading, please ask. Once is 9, in the next 2 minutes, I would open the breakout room. Please take screenshots. Diksha, I'm so sorry. Immediately you called me. I was trying to unmute, but I ran out of data. That's fine, Ngozi. Probably. That's the word, Maureen. Probably. On my lesson page, it ends on falling tone. Does that mean I'm done? Yes, you are. Please go through the project if you feel you have learned. I have little challenge on e-learning platform. I mistakenly clicked on submit while I haven't completed quiz 2. I couldn't see my assignment again because I have submitted it without completing the task. How can I get the question again? Reload the page. Check, C-H-E-C-K, check. C-H-E-Q-U-E, check. They are pronounced the same way. Check. Okay, I think that's all. So let's go for breakout room now. Specific. So I would open the breakout rooms now. Please take the, what's the code now? Take screenshots of the reading. Please take screenshots of the reading. I'll open the breakout room now. Once you get there, what you're doing is you're practicing together. So do not wait for anyone. Someone should assume the post of a leader, take the reading, and others do same. Once you go on breakout room, should you leave the session, try to join the Zoom session again, and I would add you. Please take screenshot of the reading, because once we go for breakout room, you won't see it again. Take screenshot of the reading. Once we go for breakout room, you won't see it again. Okay, we're about 60 something, so I'll make 10 rooms so we could have six in a room. Right. So please go for your breakout rooms. Join your breakout room, please. Join your breakout room. Join your breakout room and start practicing the reading. Oh, Okay, you're welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a great time at the breakout room. So I'll take the reading again. Please listen to be sure you did the right thing. And if you have questions, kindly send your question to the group, to the comments rather. So I'll take the reading again. Let us take a moment to pronounce these words clearly and thoughtfully, whether they hold specific religious meaning for us or represent broader human qualities: sacrifice, reflection, understanding, peace. As we articulate these sounds, let us also cultivate a spirit of respect and empathy for the diverse beliefs that enrich our Nigerian society. May this time foster greater harmony and unity amongst us all. So was that what you read? Is there any word that you struggled with? Okay, somebody said room 3 was very, very interesting. I was perpetually muted from the Zoom setting. All my effort to participate amounted to nothing. No one muted you. Check your device. There's no way we could have muted just you and others have access. No one muted you. Check your device. It's from your device. Any other question? Do we have questions about the reading? Let me take it one more time. Please listen again for correction. Let us take a moment to pronounce these words clearly and thoughtfully, whether they hold specific religious meaning for us or represent broader human qualities: sacrifice, reflection, understanding, peace. As we articulate these sounds, let us also cultivate a spirit of respect and empathy for the diverse beliefs that enrich our Nigerian society. May this time foster greater harmony and unity amongst us all. Okay, any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? Somebody said my device was telling me it was host that could not grant me access. Nobody muted you. Once you go on breakout room, you would have access to your audio. There's no way others would have access to your audios and you won't. Diverse. The word is diverse. Thoughtfully, thoughtfully, thoughtfully. Moment, moment. Any other question? Please, how can I teach in a school as a diction facilitator? First, you have to be grounded in diction. Second, you need to have curriculums, that is the scheme of work to use and textbooks to follow. And then you can teach in schools. So to get such opportunities, you have to submit proposals to all schools. That's the traditional way. You submit proposals to your schools, traditional way of getting schools where you want to teach. So basically that's it. Or you leverage online. Or you leverage online. So that you submit proposals to schools around you, or then you leverage online. You can do both. Okay, I think there are no more questions. Amongst. Teaching with confidence. I don't understand what you mean by teaching with confidence. Oh, sorry about the network, Christy. This, these. THIS is pronounced this. THESE is pronounced these. Please, could you tell me once again the rule in joining? When you have a word that ends with letter R, the next word start with a vowel, you have them together. You link them, you link them together. Empathy. To leverage online, you have to create a personal brand first. Let them know what you do. Have a name, let them know what you do. Start by showcasing what you do. And then you can also leverage paid advertisement, paid sponsored ad. ROUTE, it can be pronounced route, British pronunciation, or route, American pronunciation. Any other question? Human, empathy, pale. Now the word has the same pronunciation, whether it's a noun or a verb. It has the same pronunciation. RESPET. The noun, you're stressing the second syllable. Excuse me. As a noun, you're stressing the second syllable. As a verb, you're stressing the second syllable. So it's one of those words that are pronounced the same way, whether they're acting as a noun or as a verb. Respect. So respect is respect, whether it's a noun or a verb. For scheme of work, you have to buy. Scheme of work, you buy scheme of work. That's how to get scheme of work. You buy. You have to buy the scheme of work. Abattoir, acquaint. The third spelling, is it B-A-G-U-E-T or Q-U-E-T? Please check the spelling. I don't know any word like that. The one I know is B-A-N-G-U-E-T, banquet. I know of banquet, but I don't know the one with G-U-E-T. And I have catechism. Excuse me. So the next word is catechism. The next word is pronounced camouflage. Camouflage. It's not flag. It's flash. And then the last word, okay, not the last word. The second to the last word, choir. And the last word, clique. Clique. So let's go over the words again. The first word, abattoir. The second word, acquaint. The third word, I think your spelling is wrong. You can check again. The fourth word, catechism. Catechism. The next word, camouflage. Choir. And the last word, clique. Rare. R-A-R-E. Rare. It has a diphthong. Rare. Peace, unity. Greater. Clique. Excuse me. The word is clique. Zygote. It's not zygote. Zygote. Empathy. It's a voiceless TH. Empathy. There is nothing like G-U-E-T. It's supposed to be Q. Maybe there's a mistake there. Rarely. Hair. Or you can check the dictionary if there is another word with that spelling. Never can tell. English is funny. So you can check the dictionary if there is another word with that same spelling. Hair. Okay? No more questions, I guess. Should you have more questions, please send your questions. Should you have more questions, please send in your questions. Okay, in the absence of questions, I will end the session now. Remember, I think tonight what we spoke mostly about is practicing. Practicing is not just about coming up here and pronouncing your words. What you do when the diction queen is not there is as important as what you do when I'm there. And that consistent practice is key. So please keep practicing. Contagious. Contagious. The second passage. Which second passage? It's only one passage we are working on. Was only one passage we worked on today. And this is the passage. Let us take a moment to pronounce these words clearly and thoughtfully, whether they hold specific religious meaning for us or represent broader human qualities: sacrifice, reflection, understanding, peace. As we articulate these sounds, let us also cultivate a spirit of respect and empathy for the diverse beliefs that enrich our Nigerian society. May this time foster greater harmony and unity amongst all of us. That's the reading. Okay, thank you, everyone. I'm glad you got value tonight. Have a restful evening. Please make sure you practice your reading.